What is going on, everybody? Depraved Slasher here. We are back with another music reaction. I'm Depraved.
I'm Hellcat.
And together we are
HellaDepraved.
Alright. So
y'all told me to quit being a meanie, and I did.
You told her to quit being a meanie, and honestly, I just took this as one of the extra ones that I was going to pick.
Right.
Anyways.
I would have done it soon.
Maybe. So, I was like, we're doing it.
Right.
I want to hear it.
Gotta put your foot down for something.
I have a fun story to tell.
He does.
That goes along with it, but we're going to save it for the end of the video. So, either fast forward to the end if you don't want to hear
like a little bit of bribery.
Or stick around. Stick around.
It's a fun story.
Let's just say that I've met Kenny Rogers before he passed away. So
it's a fun story.
It's a very fun story. Yeah. So, with that being said, I'm super stoked for this. This is actually one of like 3 Kenny Rogers songs I actually know.
Right.
One of the others is Lady.
Okay.
And then the other one I don't remember the name.
Okay, which is just really interesting considering it all has to do with you having met him.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I have like the best of CD, but I always listen to the same 3 songs. Look,
I mean, like, guys, we're honest here. We're honest.
I'm not a big fan of classic country.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm not a fan of. Yeah.
Kenny Rogers at least has those 3 songs, and there's a version of one of those songs that has Coolio on it. This one, actually.
Right. Right.
That is also a fantastic version of that song. This song.
It is. It is.
These songs.
Okay. I mean, like, honesty, we might share too much quite often. Actually.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm excited. It's home free.
So, with that being said, we're going to react to this as if you guys have already seen it. If not, click the link in the description below. Hop on over to all the things. Coming back, we said because we're a commentary, reaction, breakdown comedy channel. What that means is we'll pause for any and or all of the above.
Right. And I will get to some of Jeff's lowest note songs, as well as Avi's, as well as Tim's. Next. I'll put them in a hat, but thank you guys for dropping all of the suggestions.
And we left the kitty out of this one. Not actually has nothing to do with the like 4 people that came in and decided to bitch in the last home free reaction.
No, she was just a twerp tonight.
But she's absolutely energetic and fucking crazy tonight.
Right.
And I was not wanting to deal with that. So
neither was I. So yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So that being said, it's time to slash it up and break it down. This is home free with The Gambler.
All right.
Let's go.
On a warm summer's eve, on a train bound for nowhere, I met up with the gambler. We were both too tired to sleep, so we took turns of staring out the window at the darkness till boredom overtook us and he began to speak. He said, son, I've made a life out of reading people's faces, knowing what the cards were by the way they held their eyes. So if you don't mind me saying, I can see you're out of aces. For a taste of your whiskey, I'll give you some advice.
I got chills.
I really like how they put this together. The arrangement is nice.
So, one of the reasons I actually absolutely love this song so much, though, is the meaning behind the face value. The deeper meaning of the song. Of him giving actual life advice.
Right.
As opposed to just poker advice. I mean, it's great poker advice.
But well, yeah, it's life advice, though.
But it is fantastic life advice.
Right.
And they sound fantastic.
They really do.
Of your whiskey, I'll give you some advice. So I handed him my bottle, and he drank down my last swallow. Then he bummed a cigarette and asked me for a light. And the night got deathly quiet, and his face lost all expression. Said, if you're gonna play the game, boy, you gotta learn to play it right. You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, and know when to run. You never count your money when you're sitting at the table. There'll be time enough for counting when dealing's done. Every gambler knows that the secret to surviving is knowing what to throw away and knowing what to keep. 'Cause every hand's a winner and every hand's a loser, and the best that you can hope for is to die in your sleep. And when he finished speaking, he turned back toward the window, crushed out his cigarette, and faded off to sleep. And somewhere in the darkness, the gambler, he broke even. And in his final words, I found an ace that I could keep. You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, and know when to run. You never count your money when you're sitting at the table. There'll be time enough for counting. But when the dealing's done, you got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, and know when to run. You never count your money when you're sitting at the table. There'll be time enough for counting. When the dealing's done, you got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, and know when to run. You never count your money when you're sitting at the table. There'll be time enough for counting. When the dealing's done.
That's fantastic. So, musically, I
That
never
was
understood,
great.
by the way. Musically, I never understood. Ah, damn it. I didn't pause it in time. I never understood on that song why he always rushes the last word.
Right?
Because throughout the rest of the song, he
It's
paces
paced.
it.
Yeah.
And the very end is like, when the dealing's done.
Right.
And I
Whereas
never...
they held it.
I never understood, but they mimicked it. They rushed it, but then held it out.
But then held it out. Which makes it feel like it's finalized. I don't know. Well-rounded. Also, the harmonization at the end there. Tim had some fantastic low notes in that one. That was well done. I don't know poker at all, but I would say Austin and Tim were doing quite well.
Poker's actually one of the few card games I know how to play.
Right.
And it's really easy to play, very difficult to win.
I meant in terms of like the chip colors and everything, because it could be, you know, if it's a low value chip and there's a whole stack of...
We never played with chips. The handful of times I've played with people, it's been with actual money.
Oh, okay. I've just never cared. No. They sounded fantastic. I like what each of them decided was casino pokerware. Like, it's just fun to see their personalities in the different videos in terms of like, hey guys, today we're going to sing sea shanties.
Right.
Dress appropriately. And we get like Johnny Depp. We get Pirates of Penzance. We get, you know, Chance came with just his fisherman's cap and kind of more, what? I think they said that he was in the Navy. I don't remember exactly, but you know, we get all of the different sort of varieties going through there. It sounded fantastic. Again, and this was a well assembled version in terms of, again, using all of them instead of doing like singling somebody out. And again, I'm not looking for that every time. I just like that Home Free does that, I feel like, more than other a cappella groups. Just I don't know. I like the inclusiveness, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so story time. And honestly, one of the reasons I think I love this song as much as I do. So, I got to start off with a little bit of backstory. In 2002, I was running sound for our stage. So for plays, talent shows, things of that nature.
High school.
In high school. And I was in charge, like I said, I was in charge of running the sound. And for our talent show that year, there was a producer who had stopped in and was looking to... Whoever won the talent show was going to win a 1-record deal, as well as their parents were going to get like $5,000 or something.
That's
like
nice.
that. Right.
Not my talent show.
Which was a pretty cool thing
Absolutely.
to be able to witness. I ran the sound for it. Everything went off without a hitch. After the talent show was completely over, which was a very long talent show and a very
with that kind
long
of...
time to sit in that fucking booth. Because I was in that... our school's sound booth was one of the ones that were like up in the crow's nest.
Yeah, so was ours.
Warm,
cramped.
Very.
Yeah.
So everything gets finished, and one of the guys that had come with the producer, he was a event planner for this little area, as well as kind of like I live in Indiana. So it was like this little area as well as some areas around.
Right.
We end up... He comes and finds me, looks for me, goes to who was our stage teacher, and was like, hey, who's running the sound? And he was like, you did a great job. I'd like to talk to him. Teacher brings him up to the crow's nest as I'm wrapping things up and unplugging things and moving things around.
All the wires.
Getting ready to fucking bounce because I'd been there for like 4.5, 5 hours.
They're like, y'all aren't that talented.
No. And
it's high school, guys.
So he busts in. He's like, hey, were you the one running the sound for this event? I was like, yeah. He's like, look, everything actually sounded really good, and I want to give you an opportunity. And I was like, okay, go ahead. And he's like, would you like to run sound in the Indy 500 parade?
Why not?
Sure.
Yeah.
I got nothing else to do that day, so I go downtown during so the Indy 500 is one of our races here. It's our IndyCar race.
Right.
And they do a parade marathon where people run through downtown Indianapolis. So my job was to take this little CD player that was given to me, hook it up to this really big speaker, because that's hard to do. And hand water to people and make sure that when one CD's done, I go to the next one.
Oh, so you were kind of like a glorified DJ.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. CD changer, actually. But,
So I would change CDs, hand out water as people ran by if they wanted it.
Right.
That's how that day went. So at the end of it, he comes to me. He's like, all right, you did fine. He says, now I actually want to do something a little more challenging for you. And I was like, okay. And he goes, so we're holding a concert in southern Indiana. And I don't remember the name of the concert anymore. He says, but it's a country concert. I was like, all right. He says, I'm not going to tell you who's going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
He says, but I would like to take you down for the weekend as a stagehand. We will pay you $600 a day.
You're like, sign me up.
And he was like, as long as your parents are cool with it. Because, again, I'm in high school.
Right.
And I was like, my parents will be cool with it.
Yeah, trust me.
I'm in. And he's like, all right. So I go home, tell my mom. She's like, hell yeah, go.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, cool. So here's the deal. I go to this concert not expecting it to be any major situation.
It was all of the winners from the talent shows.
Right. Well, not so much that. I knew it was a country concert.
Right. But smaller
But
names.
I expected it to be a bunch of smaller
Local.
up-and-coming acts.
Yeah.
And things like that. And usually when you're told you're going to be a stagehand, like you're going to help build the stage.
Yeah, set up,
rearrange it,
breakdown. Yeah.
in between acts and things like that, which that did happen. However, the concert was Kenny Rogers, Sarah Evans, and then a couple, 3 or 4 other acts that I wasn't real familiar with who they were. Sarah Evans was pregnant at the time.
Okay. I mean, but that's crazy. Just to be asked to... Okay.
Right. And so I go, and then he goes, oh yeah, so I did bring you down here to be the stagehand, but you're also going to be running the sound for Kenny Rogers' setup. And I went, oh, what?
Right. I don't think I'm licensed for this.
I was like, are you sure about that?
Right.
And he's like, yeah, I think you'll do fine. I think you'll do fine.
You're like, sure, buddy.
All right. So, time comes for the Kenny Rogers portion of the concert. I go on stage and help set up his stage how it's supposed to be set up. And then I come off the stage, I get walked over to the sound booth. We run through a quick microphone check to make sure everything's good, which was weird to me because microphone checks are usually done at the very beginning.
Before people even start coming into the arena.
Right. Now, they didn't have Kenny doing the microphone check himself.
Just somebody.
They had somebody else up there doing it.
I mean, I suppose because a lot of different performers want different microphones.
Right.
That could be why.
We go through everything set up, and honestly, everything goes great.
Right.
I got to watch Kenny Rogers.
We didn't hear about the whole Kenny Rogers incident of 2002, so I'm sure it went well.
It went well. Concert went fantastically. Everything got done. We took down all of the stuff off the stage, and helped break down the stage because we knocked out everything that night because we were going home early the next morning. This is where the really cool part happens. So after we're done breaking everything down, and it didn't take us that long because we had like 75 to 100 people there helping just break down the stage and take everything down.
You had a small army.
Yeah. All of a sudden, the guy that was my boss for the weekend comes up to me. He's like, "Hey, I got a surprise for you." I was like, "All right, cool."
You're like, "I'm not sure I can take more from you, dude."
I was like, "All right, cool." And he's like, "Come with me." I was like, "All right." And we walk over to this huge ass fucking tour bus, and I already know at this point, I'm like, "Oh hell no."
You're like, "I'm sweaty. It's been a long day. I just broke down."
Well, no, actually, this is the first time I realized that I don't get starstruck.
Right.
We walk on the bus, and Kenny Rogers stands up and leans over, and he's like, "So I heard you were the one that did the sound tonight?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Dude, you did a fantastic job."
Nice.
He shook my hand. I was like, "Hey, thanks." You know, honestly,
It was great.
Doing what I know. And he's like, "I could definitely see you having a future in this." And I was like, "That'd be fun."
You're like, maybe not, but you know.
And I will say, or somebody else,
right, a lookalike possibly,
may have slid over a bottle of Crown Royal over to me.
Right.
I had never drank at this point in my life.
In 9th grade, right.
But I was not going to say no when somebody on a Legends tour bus slides you some alcohol, damn it.
Now, was it his
Don't
last...
do it.
Now, was it his last sip?
No.
Oh, well, then, you know.
No.
You know.
No.
Maybe you shouldn't take, advice from people who aren't drinking your last sip. I don't know. Don't take life advice from us, for sure.
But
that's so cool, though.
He slides over. Somebody slides over. I'm gonna stop saying he. I'm not implementing anyone into underage drinking. Somebody slides over a shot glass.
Implicating.
Somebody slides over a shot glass. I'm like, nah, I got this. I just take the bottle,
swig
off of it, drop it down. And I'm like, everybody's like, all right, well, we gotta go.
You're like, cool.
Have a good evening. I went back to the hotel room, passed the fuck out.
I'm sure you did.
And then got home and got yelled at because I didn't get his autograph. By the way, my mom was not pleased.
Oh. Again, I'm one of those people though too. Now, a lot of times that I've met celebrities, I have specifically gone for an autograph, and to meet them. So like, it's not a situation like you just described where you forget to get. I have forgotten to get autographs before though too. But I'm not starstruck. The last time I went with my two best friends, and as I was purchasing something, because the artist was not, who actually did these angels behind us, she wasn't ready to do the meet and greet just yet. So I was purchasing the next canvas that I was getting of hers, and I hear my best friends standing in the corner thinking I can't hear them going, "Is that Jasmine? I think she's ready. I think, are you going to go talk to her? No, you go talk. No, we'll go get Kat." Kat will talk to her. I ignored them. I pretended that I didn't know them and they didn't exist, and I walked right on over and had a lovely conversation with her and her husband and so on, before any the line even started developing, which was nice.
I think there is a very small handful of people that would actually get me to almost be speechless and starstruck. Eminem would be one of them.
Yeah. I'll talk for you. I like Eminem, but I don't know.
One of
They're
them's
people.
dead, so if he definitely is there to talk to...
Okay, well, that would be a little bit of a shocker.
That'd be a little bit of starstruckness mixed with...
A little
concern.
bit of... Yeah.
That would be Michael Jackson. And honestly, the other one... Now, now, I don't know if I would be starstruck and not be able to talk, or if I would just spend way too much time praising him. But Robert Englund.
Right. No, I think he's such a cool guy that honestly, you'd get past all that real quick.
Probably.
Yeah. So...
But yeah.
Again, that's kind of the thing. Like, you go into certain situations thinking, I don't know what I'm going to say. I'm going to do this. No. Most of the time, they're super cool people, especially if you're not confronting them when they're out to dinner with their family, which do not do.
I've seen famous people out in public, and I stay
that.
away from them.
Right.
Tony Dungy, ex-head coach of the Indianapolis Colts, I actually seen out on the streets of Indianapolis when I was walking around downtown. And it was actually on a Sunday after the game.
Right.
But quite a bit later after the game because it was nighttime. And I remember walking past him, and I literally just glanced over. I was like, "Good game today, coach."
Right.
And he was like, "Thank you." And we just kept walking.
Kept going.
I wasn't going to take up any of his time.
I've seen...
I wasn't going to go... Like, if I'd have seen him across the street, I wouldn't have walked out of my way to say something.
Right.
Like...
I've seen Val Kilmer, Julia Roberts, Sarah Michelle Gellar. All of those people have been in passing. Haven't said anything to them because, again, they were either way too far away. Like, I was a server in a restaurant that Val used to go to quite frequently. Julia Roberts had a ranch in the area that I was in for 15.
wouldn't want to talk to Val out in public. I heard he's a dick anyways.
He is. I didn't say that. I've served him maybe once or twice, and it's not. Anyway, Sarah Michelle Gellar was in... grew up in the area.
Heard she's extremely sweet.
She's very sweet. I actually knew some people that were her cousins. I've seen most of the Charmed girls in passing because filming was in San Francisco. That's where I was. Right. And then quite a few of metal rock lists people. But again, unless I am there to meet them, I let them do their thing because honestly they're people, and while some of them may be very sweet and open to that, especially if they're out with their family,
right,
it's
never a good idea.
It's just not. So but yeah, I'm not a starstruck person. I've never had a celebrity crush. I've had friends that had serious... I had
a couple celebrity crushes.
I don't know that I would even call them crushes. I would have called those obsessions.
I had a couple celebrity crushes. I kind of have one now on Ryan Reynolds.
Right.
Sorry.
Right.
No, no, seriously, like... As a teenager, for whatever reason, Helen Hunt would be on that list of celebrity crushes.
Okay.
Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Right.
What's her face that played Clarissa?
Melissa Joan Hart.
Melissa Joan Hart was on that list. And then Blake Lively as an adult.
Yeah.
For a while.
I've never had like a celebrity poster, anything like that. I mean,
no, I've never owned like posters to hang up.
I've never put
wrestling posters.
Magazine.
I've had wrestling posters.
Yeah, but I think I want to say that movie posters that feature the person playing the characters, or wrestling posters, stuff like that, is a little bit different. Like rock and roll posters, as long as you're not like building a shrine and like kissing the poster or whatnot, or you didn't get it and specifically for that person. I'm talking about the stereotypical tweeny girl room. You know, I was never interested. I had a kitten that I was super proud of, Christian family, that was hanging from a tree branch, and it said "Oh fuck," and my mom made me put it inside of my closet door. I won it in a raffle. It was the only thing on the list that like I wanted.
Because it had a kitty.
It had a kitten. I thought it was funny, and all the other stuff was absolute crap. But yeah, she made me put it on the inside of my closet door because
I said fuck on it.
Yeah, she wanted me to cut it off, but that would have
cut the kitty in half.
Correct. Yeah, and I wasn't into doing necropsies at that point.
Right.
So.
Anyways, so yeah.
Now that we've digressed,
but that was the story.
A whole bunch, but at least
if
it was
you're
at
still
the
here, we love
end,
you.
so you could not listen if you didn't want to.
Right. All right, so with that being said, if you guys liked the video, slash that like button, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, comment down below what did you think of A Home Free with the Gambler. I know this is Mayday on here,
Which was also fantastic.
but
Yeah.
it auto switched to the next one because
Correct.
I didn't push the button quick enough. Also comment down below if there's anything else you guys want to see react to. Check the description below for all the things.
Push our buttons. Come join us on our other social media platforms, mostly Twitter if you want a quicker response.
With that being said, we love you guys. Thank you all for watching. Cannot wait to see you depraved people later.